Oh joy, an episode starring my least favourite character of Classroom Crisis, Nagisa. Why is he a leading character again? He's cold and heartless and there's zero reasons to care about him. When he takes centre stage, like he did in a previous episode of Classroom Crisis ages ago, that episode starring Nagisa just falls flat, and he's even more colder and more heartless here. I get that he wants to remove his abusive brother from the overall picture, but I don't get why he went through lots of trouble to guarantee a politician winning a general election just so that Nagisa could rise to the top of his company at the expense of the classroom. Then what was the point in showing him helping out the classroom in the past few episodes? It's not as if Nagisa is going through any character development. Also, he hasn't really developed throughout this entire series, so his character is more or less redundant now. Anyway, enough ranting about how pointless Nagisa is as a character, and on to what I liked about this episode. I didn't like much, unfortunately. It focused too much on the general election and not enough on the actual classroom itself. Wasn't that the point of this anime? A group of engineers making something? The problem with anything politics in anime in general is that it's so boring because I don't care about anyone involved. I don't care about the faceless people, including the politicians involved, and that's the same problem here. I didn't care about anyone involved in this episode, and the classroom element is so detached from the main event that the general election, which is essentially the heart of this episode, becomes redundant in the context of this anime about a classroom crisis on the whole. But I did enjoy the complexity of the main event. It was a little tricky getting the hang of everything that was happening, but from what I gather, there are two parties and somehow a defection of one politician means that Nagisa's abusive brother loses power, and Nagisa moves up the ranks. I don't know, it's all craziness, but I do admire that this episode managed to cram in so much complexity in a 20-minute story. It's really confusing as to why Nagisa went from being a pretend bad guy to an actual bad guy. The excuse given is that he was pretending all along, and his current ego, the real bad guy, is the real Nagisa. Okay, I guess, but also why did Angelina change from careless to super concerned? When did those two characters dramatically change? And how? It's never really explained or explored. I suppose this is the setup to the finale of Classroom Crisis, which hopefully won't involve Nagisa too much, yet the politics that transform so dramatically here will most likely affect the final few episodes somehow. I'm more interested in Iris's backstory being fully revealed finally, and even more so how Angelina is involved in said backstory. You know, if this anime starred mostly Iris and Angelina, then everything would have worked more consistently, but instead, this anime seems to be jumping between various characters all of the time. Some of them I like, some of them I don't really care that much about. But yeah, maybe Nagisa will become the director of the company, Iris will discover her full backstory, and the classroom will complete their project before the deadline. That's what this anime should be about, surely.